Do you know what really sucks? Our VAC trucks. You've seen them both before, but do you know what they actually do? I feel like we've bitten off a bit more than we can chew here. Lose my breath walking into the wind. Well, don't worry, if you live in your house, post for outside your house. Start again. From the top. This wind is no good for business. I forgot. I don't have all the answers, and we're on in 3, 2, 1. I'm Dan, this is Kiwi Skips, and this is Trash Talk episode 63. Before we start talking about Kiwi Enviro, let's talk about something that's happening this weekend. The Burt Challenge. It's back again for 2025. No doubt next week we're going to have some more amazing clips to show you, but let's show you some highlights from last year. Today we're at the Burt Challenge, getting amongst it. This is the beach race where they get a whole heap of motorbikes, race them up the beach as quick as they can go. Where we're going now, some of the motorbikes will come along here. We'll get over 160k now, that's 100 mile an hour. The motorbikes will typically come up the end here, race around this barrier here, and then just gun it straight back down the beach. There is something pretty cool right here in the middle of the field. Burt is an absolute Southland legend. We love being involved in the Burt Challenge. It happens year on year, and 20 years ago I actually got involved in the world's fastest Indian filming. I was an extra. Now I'm supplying skips to the event. On events we've got 12 wheelie bins all cleaned, lined, ready to go to the Burt, but we're going to need a lot more than 12. This is going to probably be a big work on over the next few days as we get them all ready and delivered out to site, because all these still need cleaned. Also, there's the Kiwi Skip sign that you've seen in a previous episode, but we won't talk about that. And here's one of my newest toys, our bin lifter, which we're also going to supply to this event. And I even got some footage of us offloading this off the truck when it arrived, testing it out and showing how it tips into a skip. Oh, here's my bin lifter. Do you want to check this out? Hey, while we're filming, a new bit of gear I just bought is just rolling in the gate with this Solly's truck. This here is something I'm a wee bit excited about. It's going to be a game changer, especially with all the Kiwi Skips events coming up. That's a nice looking truck, eh? V8, mate. I better get the forklift and show them where to go. Come with me. I'll chuck it over by the wheelie bins. I'll show you how it works. You're probably wondering what it is that we just offloaded off the truck. Our bin lifter. Check this beast out. This is our new bin lifter. This here is going to be an absolute asset to us, especially in events, because we're seeing a lot of people trying to empty these bins into skips, between two people lifting them, and it's just back-breaking stuff. So this here will just wheel alongside a skip, and it's on casters, so you can move it along the skip, so it's not all just putting all the rubbish in one spot. But let's test it out next to our 9 metre skip, which is 1.8 metres high, about as tall as me. Let's see how it performs. Oh. Look at that. I absolutely love this, and it's a great addition to have at any events, because imagine when these things are full, they are super heavy, and it's not really safe for people to be trying to lift these up and dump them into skips, especially when they're full of glass bottles and they've got a lot of weight in them. So in comes the Dump Master, and I think that's going to be well received by the client. How cool is the Dump Master bin tipper? The only thing I can't work out is why I didn't buy one sooner. Hey, while we're back here with these Kiwi Enviro trucks, let's talk about those. Well, actually, I want to show you something else first. Come check out the new Kiwi Skips basketball court. Check out the new Kiwi Skips Olympic-sized basketball court. Because we now have enough team members to put together 2 basketball teams, we can get into it. In all seriousness, this is a huge pad that we've put down for storing tyres, wood, glass, and basically where we are right now, this is going to be the tyre bay with 3 metre high walls right around the outside, apart from the front, so we can still get them in there and out. And of course, over here, we're going to walk around the wall, and we're going to be in here, which is going to be the glass bay right here. So this is how we're going to store and recycle as much glass as possible. Now that's not bottle glass, that's glass like window glass. They're big panels. We're going to get them back here, store it up. When we've got 30 tonne, we're going to send that up to get recycled. And then if we go through here, which is going to be the wood bay, of course I'm imagining it all right now, so you can't quite see the walls. This is where we're going to store up all our wood, and when we've got enough wood, we'll send a load out and that will get recycled as well, shredded, chipped and reused. So that there is our basketball court, but let's talk about Kiwi Enviro. This here is our smallest truck in our fleet. This here is an AV8000, which is an 8,000 litre tank on a class 2 configuration, which keeps it nice and small and compact. So it's the ideal truck for getting in and out of tight driveways. And if we can't get up the tight driveways still, we've got 50 meters of hose on board with another 30 meters we can pull from the yard. What actually goes in this truck? That's all the yucky stuff, like septic tanks for instance. If you live on a rural property outside the town boundary, you will have a septic tank, and you want to be getting that cleaned out by one of these trucks at least every 2 to 3 years. So what is a septic tank? A septic tank is a holding tank that comes off the house and holds all the wastewater coming from the toilet, the kitchen, the laundry, and basically separates the solids from the liquid. Liquid should disappear out through the septic field, and over years all the solids accumulate, and that's where a truck like this will come in and take all that stuff away and keep your system running healthy. A truck like this will clean and take care of grease traps. What's a grease trap? Well, typically grease traps are found in commercial settings like restaurants and cafes, and it takes care of all the grease that finds its way down the drain from cooking and cleaning, and basically stops it from going into the mains and causing more costly issues. This truck also services portaloos, the on-site portable office that you've probably seen getting pushed over somewhere in a hilarious TikTok. So that there's our wee VAC truck, which you'll typically see at your place or just in residential setting. But this one here, the big Kiwi Enviro hydro excavator, this here you will not see in your, well, you shouldn't see around your place unless you've got a major problem. This is typically for the commercial setting, and you've probably seen it driving around town, or ones like it driving around town. These are hydro excavators, and what they do is subsurface excavation, and they do it bloody well. What I mean by that is excavating and exposing services below the ground, like fibre optic cables, power, sewer lines, water mains, and because could you imagine how untidy it would be if a digger just wiped all those out? It would create a bird's nest. It would create so many problems, and it would cost the contractor tens of thousands of dollars. So these bits of kit typically save the contractor a fortune, and that's why they're so busy and so popular, because like I've said before, hydro excavation is the future of digging. And we've got one in the Kiwi Enviro fleet. Not just the standard hydro excavator though, this here is probably one of the best bits of kit in the hydro excavation world, definitely in New Zealand anyway, and this is an AV7000. I've talked about it before, but what that means is it's got a 7,000 litre spoil tank, and up the front it's got a 2,000 litre freshwater tank, and that there is ideal for those big jobs. We've got plenty of water, and we've got 5,000 psi of pressure, so that there will cut through almost anything. And also, let me know in the comments, should we do some tests and see what this thing will actually cut through, because I think it will cut through a lot. And moving on from that, through this here is the vacuum pipe, which runs 90% vacuum, and what that means is like your vacuum at home, when you put it up to a cushion it stops sucking, this here won't stop sucking. It will keep going to that cushion's inside out, and that just shows how much power these things have. In fact, one of my buds up in Auckland who runs one of these, he pulled water 100 meters straight up through the 6-inch pipe. That's impressive, and I don't know any other hydro excavator on the market that can do that sort of stuff. Last time you've seen this truck, it was working inside somebody's house, and that was quite a major job. The builders had the top story completely ripped off. They were repiling. Let's go see the progress that's happened on that. So we've arrived back here on the site where we had the hydro excavator working inside. In fact, we had it sitting right here working inside this house, and this house has changed a lot. And in fact, it's got a complete new top story. So here we are in this unique room that we showed you where Brad was actually hydro excavating in here. He had the hoses and blaster in here, and the piles are in place, and this looks solid. Oh, it is. In fact, it's so solid that there is now a second story on top of this. Before we head upstairs, let's take a look at how incredible this is. It's been completely gutted, and the amount of engineering that's gone in to support that second story. There was already a second story, but what they've done is completely removed it, and they've got a full new build second story, which is a much larger footprint than the previous second story. Let's go check it out. How cool is this upstairs above the piles that we helped to install to support this whole second story? Huge thanks to Shaw Building and their clients for allowing us to come on site and document this process, because it's not typical content we would show on Trash Talk. But if you enjoy it, let us know, because we could definitely put more content like this together, because we want to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So make sure you click that button to subscribe, because we're going to give you what you want week after week. Let's go carry on looking around. How extraordinary is this site? And we're going to show you more as the site develops. All right, let's go back to the yard and get some bins ready for the Burt Munro, which is an event happening this weekend. How cool is that Dump Master bin lifter? And it's actually proven vital to the team for cleaning out the bins. I didn't expect that, but it's so handy. How cool was that house? I mean, what an extraordinary rebuild, and I'm stoked that we've been able to document it to this point, and I can't wait to check it out as it gets further. Kiwi and Enviro, you now know a wee bit more, but don't worry, I'm also going to do a future video more in depth into what septic tanks are, how they work, and when you need to get it checked. That's all for Trash Talk episode 63. Click here to see when we're at that unreal renovation project with the hydro vac last. Click here to see last week's video, and click here to subscribe. And don't forget to turn notifications on so you don't miss a video. We'll see you next week.